In the dust-choked streets of a raw, untamed West, a young woman named Mourning Dove was a ghost among her own people. Born of the Lakota, she was cast out, deemed unworthy because her spirit was gentler than the harsh world demanded. Her own bloodline treated her not as kin but as chattel, a piece of property to be discarded. In the year 1865, her world had shrunk to the size of a cage, and the key was held by a man with a tin star and a heart of stone. Sheriff Brody, a man who saw value only in gold and weakness only as an opportunity, decided her fate. He ordered her sold, just like one would sell a horse or a sack of flour. The townsfolk gathered their eyes, a mixture of pity and morbid curiosity. Mourning Dove stood alone, her spirit flickering like a candle in a gale, ready to be extinguished. She had known only rejection, first from her tribe, now from this so-called civilization. Hope was a foreign word, a forgotten dream. A man stepped forward, his silhouette cutting a figure of quiet strength against the harsh sun. This was no ordinary man. This was Jedediah Jedstone, a cowboy whose reputation preceded him. Feared by many, respected by all, Jed's gaze was known to be as sharp and unyielding as a hawk's. His eyes, the color of a stormy sky, scanned the crowd, dismissing them, before they landed on Mourning Dove, and in that moment, something shifted in the very air. He didn't see a discarded object. He didn't see weakness. He saw a soul, trapped and hurting. He saw the fire that still burned deep within her, a fire that everyone else had tried to smother. He saw her, the sheriff, annoyed by the interruption, barked, "What is it, Stone? You here to place a bid?" The crowd murmured, expecting a quick transaction. Jed didn't even glance at the sheriff. The jingle of his spurs was the only sound in the sudden, heavy silence. Then, in a voice that was low but carried the weight of a mountain, he spoke the words that would change everything. "Everything's for sale for the right price, cowboy. Now make your bid or move along." There was no anger in his eyes, just a cold, immovable resolve. The words hung in the air, an unbreakable shield. The crowd gasped. To defy Sheriff Brody was to invite trouble, but to defy Jed Stone was to invite a reckoning. Brody's face turned a shade of crimson. He knew this wasn't a bluff. Jed was a man of his word, and his word was law in places where the sheriff's badge meant little. A tense standoff ensued. He walked to the platform, his presence a comforting warmth against the chill of Mourning Dove's fear. As she stepped off the block, leaving her past behind, he simply said, "Come with me." He led her away from the gawking eyes of the town, toward his horse tethered nearby. He didn't ask her story. He didn't demand explanations. He offered her something far more valuable: silence and space. The shame that had been branded on her by her tribe started to fade under the steady, respectful gaze of this quiet cowboy. She rediscovered her own strength, a resilience forged in hardship. She learned to ride like the wind, her laughter echoing through the canyons, a sound Jed came to cherish more than anything. He found himself smiling more, the deep lines around his eyes crinkling with a warmth no one had ever seen before. He saw the world not just as a place to be survived, but as a place of beauty, reflected in her eyes. Their love story wasn't one of grand declarations or passionate drama. It was a slow, gentle unfurling, like a desert flower blooming after a long-awaited rain. One evening, as they sat watching the sunset paint the sky in fiery colors, Morning Dove finally spoke of her past, of the tribe that cast her out. She spoke not with anger, but with a sad, quiet peace. Jed listened, his hand covering hers. When she finished, he didn't offer empty words of comfort. He simply said, "Their standards were too small for a spirit as big as yours. This is your home now, with me." It was in that moment that Morning Dove knew she had found more than just a protector. She had found her partner, her family, and her heart's true home. Their life together was a testament to the idea that love doesn't need a common language or a shared past. It needs a shared future. A world where strength was found in gentleness, where beauty was seen in the spirit, and where a home was not a place, but a person. Their love was a beacon of hope in the rugged West, a story whispered on the winds, a tale of how two broken souls discarded by the world found in each other a love so pure and strong it could heal any wound and build anew, beginning from the ashes of the past. But right there, under the vast, open sky, in the heart of the wild, untamed West, we'll see you in the next video.